So I think we can start our webinar. Today's webinar is organized jointly with the SkyBridge Invest, and the webinar will last about 1 hour, I think, and we hope that it will be very productive and useful to everybody. Before starting the webinar and giving the floor to Azamat Berlinovich Ilishev, who is our board member, I would like to remind some of the Zoom rules. First of all, please keep your microphones turned off during the whole session to make the connection better. If during the presentation you have any questions, please write them in the chat. And after each session, there will be a session Q&A where you can ask your question with microphone. So, Azamat, I give the floor to you.
Asem, thank you very much for introducing me on such a unusual, at least for me, manner, very official. Azamat Berlinovich is very rare. Probably people knows me in this chat mostly like just simply Azamat, and I prefer if everyone will continue just to stay on comfortable side, and so everyone knows me as Azamat. So, but today, yes, Asem, you're absolutely right, because maybe another reason, because I'm presenting our group of companies, SkyBridge company, and I was glad to see that our topics been chosen as interesting for our members. So, and as we made the announce already, we will introduce two our companies. One of our company affiliated company is SkyBridge Invest, which is working under national bank licenses and providing service on financial consultancy, investment banking. And today, Alma Virakulova, she is the head of our investment banking division. She will talk about our new solutions, which we discovered new solutions during the quarantine time, and I hope they will be helpful and interesting, at least to listen for our members. Another topic about the IT solutions during the quarantine will be discovered by our Bekaris Usimbaev. He is director of the branch of IQ Solutions in IFC and Chief Business Development Officer. So I think we can start with SkyBridge Invest company. And before this, I would like to ask our members, do not hesitate to raise any questions, because while it's free, you can ask any questions, and then with a big pleasure, we will try to cover any difficult questions, and later, if you will see that will be interesting and helpful for your business in Kazakhstan, we can Also, Alma and Begar is always available to reply even after this webinar. So, Alma, please, you can start with your presentation of Skybridge Invest.
Good morning, dear members of the French Chamber of Commerce. It's a great pleasure to have us today at your meeting, at the webinar. And just let me share the presentation we have on Skybridge Invest. Just 1 second. Okay, as Azamat Berdinovich mentioned in his introduction, Skybridge Invest is is a member of the SB Capital group of companies, and we are among leading brokerage and investment banking companies in Kazakhstan. We have licenses both from the National Bank of Kazakhstan. Also, we are licensed by the AIFC, and we have a fully operating branch in Nur-Sultan, which is actually located in the building of the AIFC. So we have experience working both on domestic and international capital markets. We provide like a full range of services, brokerage, investment banking, M&A to our clients. We have been named as a secondary market leader based on the trades conducted on CASIA in 2018. And then we got a nomination as the underwriter of the year in 17 and 19 based on the volumes that we have underwrote for our clients for their placements of bonds on CASIA. Since the start of the lockdown, and which happened in March 2020, SBI moved its operations to the remote mode, as I think many companies did at that time. However, this did not affect the quality and the time frame of the operations that we provide to our clients. So, for instance, our analysts continued to develop generate various investment ideas for our clients and provide recommendations, especially giving, like taking into account the high volatility we had at international and local capital markets at the time. As an indicator of this, in March and September 2020, the cumulative return on the investment ideas that have been developed by our analysts was plus 23%. And more than 56% of all proposed investment ideas have been successful and reached their target prices. Also, SBI has access to IPOs of the US companies. Mainly, we are talking about pharmaceutical and medical industries, and also some fintech companies. So if there is an interest in participating in IPOs, we will be glad to provide this service. We continue to serve our M&A clients. We work both on the buy side and on the sell side and provide the full range of services for the client. So we try to find the best financing solutions that is comfortable for all the parties that are involved in the transaction. Despite the some volatility that was on the market in the start of the quarantine, we see that there is an increased market appetite for good quality debt and equity investments. So we as investment banking division continue to work with our major issuers we have here in Kazakhstan. And as an example, a couple of weeks ago, we closed an Eurobond transaction for Kazmunegas for amount of $750 million US. And I must say that the book was oversubscribed like 5 times. So which shows that there is market appetite for good quality debt and equity instruments. During the crisis, we also got an interest from our clients for some short-term liquidity management solutions. What we offer our clients is investing into like highly liquid and low risk local and foreign currency denominated securities. Basically, we are talking mostly about sovereign or quasi-sovereign Eurobonds, treasury bills, or it can be ETFs that invest in similar kind of securities. On the next slide, I will show examples of the securities that are mostly preferred by our clients for these liquidity management solutions. If the clients would like to use these opportunities, they can open a brokerage account with SBI, replenish these accounts. It can be done both in local currency and in the foreign currency. Then what we do, we, based on the client instructions and upon discussion of some specific instrument with the client, we purchase the security. It can be ETF or US Treasuries mostly, with some short-term maturity. For instance, it can be 1 month, 3 months, and the like. And then when the proceeds from when the instruments matures, the proceeds are returned in foreign currency, and they can actually be kept on the brokerage account in foreign currency as well. So according to the local currency legislation, in this case, there is no need to convert it into local currency compared to other cases when there is such a requirement. Usually for this kind of investments, our clients prefer 2 types of instruments. So first of all, this can be done via purchasing treasury bills, because we all understand that these are the almost like very low risk instruments, and they have low volatility, and they are highly liquid. The only thing in investing in treasury bills is that because the Fed rate is currently 0, the yield on US treasuries can be minimal, and in some cases also given the brokerage fees, it can be negative. The other option is there are some ETF, exchange traded funds, that also invest into US treasuries, but in this case, the client purchases the shares of the ETF rather than the US treasuries themselves. And here we, like based on the historic experience, mostly work with the ETF, which is called BILL US, and this ETF invests in 1 or 3 months maturity T-bills. If you look at the graph on the right side, you can see that the volatility, price and yield performance of the ETF corresponds to the treasuries which are included, like in which this ETF invests. So this instrument is also highly liquid and has very low volatility, and it can be accepted for those investors who do not want to accept high risk. For instance, over the past year, the annual volatility was 0.27%, and the average liquidity for this instrument during the day is from 70 million to 400 million US dollars. So if you would like to discuss more in detail these potential investments into short-term and low-risk investments, for which the proceeds are then returned in US dollars, or if it's there are some treasuries denominated in euro, the process are returned in euro, and then they can be kept on the brokerage account, or they can be transferred to the current account in the banks. Then we are like ready, and we will be glad to discuss this more in detail with you. I will provide the contacts on the last slide, and if there is an interest, we can discuss, or if you have some questions today, we can also discuss them after the presentation. The other popular and I would say unique product that we offer to our clients is algorithmic trading product. So we have an in-house developed algorithm which has actually a number of advantages compared to traditional investing. For instance, the investment process here is simplified. The investor chooses the level of risk, which is then incorporated into the algorithm, and then that's it. So the algorithm then on itself, on a daily basis, rebalances the portfolio based on the incorporated risk and based on the development of the market. The algorithm invests into, I would say, like four instruments. So it's ETF on S&P 500 as a risk instrument. Then it's ETF on gold, ETF on US Treasuries. ETFs on gold and US Treasuries, they serve as a kind of hedging instruments, because when the market volatility increases, these instruments tend to be more or less stable, so they have lower volatility. And there is also cash. So what algorithm does, given the trends that it sees on the market, it rebalances the portfolio between these four instruments. So if it sees that the market is going up, then it can increase the share of the risk component, which is ETF on S&P 500. And if it sees that the market is going down, in many cases, it can preventively shift, sell all positions and shift into the cash. We have invested, first of all, our own funds into this algorithm back in November 2017. And as you see here on the graph, these are in the blue line, these are the results of the SBI's own portfolio that has been invested using algorithmic code. As you see, since November 2017, so like in a month, this instrument will be celebrating its 3rd anniversary. So for 3 years, the cumulative return in US dollars has been 50%, which means that the average annual return was around 15%, 15.3. And as you see on the graph, for instance, when the market went down in March 2020, our algorithm shifted towards cash, and thus it maintained. The volatility for algorithm was much lower compared to the one that we have seen on the market. So currently we offer different forms of investment using this algorithmic code. We offer them both for our corporate clients and also for our individual clients. We have this year established a fund on the Astana International Financial Center, registered with AIFC. And this fund can also, so the investors can also invest into the shares of the fund. We have 3 types of shares. They are depending on the risk that the investor would like to accept. We can do individual algorithm for, like, if you do not wish to invest into the fund, it can be done, we can individually for you, like have an agreement and elaborate the algorithm specifically for you. We are also currently working on establishing another fund that will be using the algorithmic investment strategies. This fund is expected to be established in Luxembourg, and probably we are targeting end of this year or beginning of the next year for it. But currently we have a fully operational fund at the AAFC, which is ready to accept the investors for potential, like to invest in using the algorithmic strategy. Again, these are the results of our portfolio, and it shows how crisis resistant it was during like the recent year. As I said in the beginning, we continue to provide our clients with M&A solutions, both on buy side and sell side. And here are some examples of the M&A experience we had recently. So there are both big names and various industries, and we have experience in all of them, and of course specifically in oil and gas. We continue providing services to our clients in IB, so Euro bonds, local bonds, bonds at AAFC, IPOs, SPOs, so various solutions, and on different stock exchanges, we can do all of that. And again, here is some league table showing the investment banking experience that we have. So this is it from my side. Here are the contacts of our company in Almaty and in Nur-Sultan. If you would like to continue discussion of some questions personally with our sales, below are the contacts. So feel free to address us all the questions and inquiries that you may have. And if you have some questions right away, I'm ready to address them.
Dear Azamat, Alma, thank you very much for the presentation. Do you hear me, Azamat?
Yes.
Christophe is speaking. I have one question, and then I have 2 points to address to you. The first question, it is about the instrument that you shown for investment. Are they really short-term and liquid, or it is more a long-run investment?
They can be both actually. So one way is to find short-term short-term instruments on the market, like short-term US Treasuries, invest in them, then they mature and the process return. This is one way. The other way is because the short-term are not always available on the market, unfortunately. The other way is to invest in some longer-term instruments, but which are highly liquid. So which means that you can sell them at any time before maturity without having negative returns.
Okay. My second question, finally related to that, it is all in US currency, or do you have also some instrument in local currency or in euro?
Historically, what our clients preferred till that time were mostly investments in US dollars. But of course, because we are talking about securities like sovereign securities or quasi-sovereign securities, they can be also both in local currencies and in euro if we will be able to find such instruments at the market.
Yes, I'm asking that because it seems that currently euro seems, for the time being, stronger than the dollar. I mean, since a couple of times. This is one of my first observations.
Yeah, but on euro, the only thing might be for dollars, it also works, but given the base rates that we have in Europe, the yields there might be negative. on this low risk sovereign instrument. So this might be like the only constraint, but on the other hand, the proceeds from investing will come in euro, which is a plus.
Okay. So if you don't mind, I have 2 points to address to you, but maybe we can talk about that later on another day after this meeting, because I don't want to keep the micro for a long time. My 2 points is it is 2 concerns that we have in our company. The first one, I don't know if we talk about that already, Azamat. We have, I think, like a lot of company, we have some treasury, some cash in hands, and according to the policy of the group, we use to keep this cash in hands in USD or in euro. But due to recent change in the regulation of Kazakhstan, it's more difficult to keep our cash in a foreign currency. You know well about it. So we are looking for some ad hoc solution to keep our cash in a safe side, and it means not in a local currency. So it is something that we can talk later on together if you have some proposal for a company.
Okay, I understand. We can discuss the details, of course, later. But I think that that investments in these short-term and low-risk or highly liquid instruments can help in some way in this, because you can invest your funds in euro or in US dollars, buy the securities, wait until they mature, or sell when you want, and then the cash that you will receive after the separation can remain on your accounts in the foreign currency, because as
you can keep it in the you can keep it in the foreign currency. You don't have to resell it, because right now this is the obligation that we have. We have to resell the cash in a foreign currency if it is not backed by a contract.
Yes, but here you will have the brokerage contract with SBI, and the securities that you buy based on this brokerage agreement and your instructions. This serves as a basis for the currency divisions, like currency regulation divisions in the bank. And when you receive the proceeds from maturity or sale of your securities in US dollars, you can keep them in the same currency.
Okay, so I think it deserves that we may talk about this later on.
Okay.
My second point, but I will be very short on that, because I'm not sure that it is concerned by your scope. I'm looking for refinancing of a loan. It's a loan in a very exotic currency, because this loan is in a Swiss franc. And I'm looking for refinancing this loan in local currency currently to hedge my risk.
Okay. Well, what we can do, we can probably have another call to discuss more in detail. What are the loan? What is the loan? Which like probably have some conditions or covenants, because we will need some more information to see the picture.
Yeah. Okay. That's all for me.
Yeah, Christoph, thanks
Christoph.
for your questions. That's all questions exactly in about what we made this presentation. And so yes, it's absolutely, you're right that if you have income in local currency, and then you can buy some financial instruments in US dollars, for example. And additionally, why US dollars? It's more liquidity market, and you can sell anytime quickly, and in comparison even with euro, but with tenge as well, but you have to wait. For example, once I had the shares of Kazatomprom in tenge on our MFCA, and then in hard currency, and then when I made the order to sell it in USD, they were sold in I think in few seconds, but in tenge I waited about 2-3 days, from just as a explanation of why USD market is more preferable. And so it's with all details, yes, it's better if you will raise your questions to Alma directly, and with a pleasure we will reply. We will cover all your questions. Thank you. And
there is any other questions from other participants? Please don't hesitate to ask.
Yes, except this main question with the local currency, what to do. There are another, I think, idea is to invest, because we get the good result from our AlgoTrade code, and we get now more than 50% of in USD for last almost 4 years, and we are happy that even we jumped through this financial crisis in March month this year, and as you saw on the graphic, AlgoTrade was always above of S&P line. And so that's why we, during the quarantine, we decided to make the fund and invite the people who wants to invest to that AlgoTrade machine. So please, you can see that presentation as well, or not presentation, or information about that on our website as well, on SBI company site. So this might cover some other questions as well, and plus if you need some additional answers, please don't hesitate to call to any of our colleagues, and especially now you can feel free with me and with Alma as well, please. Thank you.
So if there are no any other questions, so let's switch to the second topic, and I give the floor to Vigaris.
Yeah. Good morning, everybody. Let me introduce myself. My name is Vigaris Usimbaev, Director of Branch of Sinaives and the Chief Business Development Officer of IQ Solutions. So let me, on behalf of IQ Solutions, greet from our capital, Nur-Sultan. And this morning I want to share and say some, introduce our company, IQ Solutions. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay,
sure.
good. So we will talk about IQ Solutions, about our product portfolio, and if we will have some time, we will talk about our reference projects. Okay, go. So IQ Solutions is vertically integrated IT company, which is have 4 branch offices in Kazakhstan. Main headquarters is Almaty. I am a branch office director in Nur-Sultan, AIVS. We have 2 branches in Atrau and Pavlodar. For now, we have 400 employees, and let me describe what we are doing, what our business. So we're starting from the bottom side, PLC instruments, which is like our main and one of the core businesses. So we have also the SCADA. This is supervisory control and data acquisitions. We have MES systems. This is a manufacturing execution system for our enterprise large customers. We're also providing the IT infrastructure services. And we have other division, information security. And one of our core business lines is SAP. And on the top, we are providing the all BI, all dashboards, and all other different visualization for our customers. So, and if we will say zoom in our business lines, our product lines is for the MES and SCADA, we have 10 specialists for project managers. We have 400 employees on site which is providing daily day shift and night shift operations, our critical infrastructures of our customers. Of course, we have ICT division. We are providing the turnkey projects and services. SAP. Since 2014, we are providing close out 10 large-scale successful projects. And the BI division, we have 5 specialists which are doing day-by-day activities for the all about the data managing and so our efficiencies. So this is our real efficiencies which we get from our client side. This is effect of after our projects close out. And about a couple of words about SAP team. We have 40 employees, certified professionals in our central office in Almaty. We are SAP silver partner, and from this year we open new business line which is called SAP Business One product. Also, we have a certified partner level PCOE, and of course we are working because our clients and the customers is a large and enterprise one. We have standards for project management, IPMI and PMP. This is our long-term projects. We are working. Some of them contracts is for 3 and more years with a prolongation status. And a couple of words about the lockdown. So since the quarantine was started, we are from management side, we providing the all services during the lockdown, and we are providing the undisrupted technical support for SAP for our Kazakhstan national operator Kazakh Telecom and the mobile operator Kcell. So for the IT and operation technical support. So this is provides for the stable and the capable works for our customers. Also, we are, as we mentioned previously, working for the oil and gas sector of economy. We're providing them the non-stop technical support on critical infrastructure. We're providing the on-site support, day shift and night shift. And where we could do, we switch all our staff to the remote side. And how we do it? So on the beginning of the lockdown, we create the emergency committee where our main goal is save our employees' lives and minimize the risks and ensure security and stability of our company. With the shareholder side and from management team, we bring the second domains where we're providing the surveillance and monitoring, so where we're doing a day-by-day monitoring the situation in the company, and part of the IQ solution, we're providing the monitoring from the client side. It's because our main business is providing the IT outstaffing and the outsourcing for our clients. So we switch some main office and headquarter to the home office. So to maximize the isolation and quarantine. So provide for the all our on-site engineers respirators. So, and what we're doing from management side, from management perspective, so we are starting to stabilize the corporate social responsibility. We periodically do the customer survey. So from HR perspective, from other business disciplines, we're doing the coordination and communication within our branch offices. That was our challenge. Unfortunately, we have some bad statistics, but this is our total headcount with COVID infected employee. But through the efficiency of the committee, we have a support from our business line, the free health insurance, free PCT tests, and for some branches, we provided a financial care. This is it for COVID side, and let me switch to our product portfolio. So this is our business product portfolio, what we are providing for our target clients. Mainly it's oil and gas. So I can show the lights on some of the business products here. Some of them are references, some of them not references. Okay, let's start from digital twin. We are providing for our clients digital twin technologies, which bring costly, all operations which is mainly costly for our clients, we are providing them the digital twin. We reduce the costs and increase the efficiency. So what we are doing now, so we getting the drawings from client side, we are upload them to our framework and get these 3D models, and then provide them client, work them, and once they will get this optimistically decisions, management decisions, they providing the so they come back for us, and with a certain exactly models that we are working. So augmented reality is one of the new business lines. We are add them our product portfolio, because we find this a very efficient things, because this is one quickly scale problem solving guidance, and available for a remote site for the training and for the site survey for our engineers. And one of the good solution for our customers is Almaty International Airport, and also we have AI-based temperature detection solution. So all passengers and all visitor attendees of the airport, also the engineers and the workers on an oil refinery factory, using this technology. And what's the impact? There is no mask visitors, there is no high temperature visitors and employees. And based on this technology, we have a good efficiency outputs, which it brings to our customer. So we are diverse IT solutions. So this is one of them. Let me say something about our European partners and European vendors. This is a rock device mitigation product from Israel. The good, strong company with niche technology working for the banks, financial and the enterprise market. So solution itself provide them identify the devices with a spy and with malicious and the critical problems with the security things, which is primarily could be resolved with this Sapir Prime product. This is from Israel and our best, one of the good partners. Another one is IoT. So we are using this for our oil field gas sector. One of them, also from Israel market, we have a drone as a service. So this one is a cloud management system. These drones have 2 cameras on board, AI also on board. What this could do, so drones could be periodically fly and get the customer survey for the critical infrastructure. So one of the optical camera, another one is a thermal one, and could provide the periodically check up through the different checkpoints of the customer critical infrastructure. Also, we could do the pipeline inspection, and the camera could detect the thermal, and this like computer vision on the base. This is oil spill, tank inspections, and scenarios could be different, depends on the market, depends on the customer side. So we could bring the different scenarios and bring the different solutions for them. So approximately drone could be fly 40 minutes, and all the data could on the drones once landed, the backbone is providing to the technical team on IT team the all data. So this is a list our partners include but not limited. So we are more than welcome for the European countries partners to work together in our Kazakh local market. This is our clients. As I said, we are diverse. We are working with oil and gas. We are working with telecom, financial institutes, and from private company as well. So thank you very much for your attention. So our company slogan is stay safe, stay active, and be kind. Here are our contacts. If you attendees have any questions, so more than welcome. So should you have any technical questions for our products, you can contact for these contacts. Our back office, our front office will be happy to answer to all your questions. And we have reference projects. So I think through the ASEM, we can share this information for the all attendees later in order to be short and efficient. That is all from my side. So if you have any questions, I'm ready to answer.
Yes, Begaris, thank you very much for this detailed presentation, and I hope our members they might have questions even after the presentation.
Почему ты так
Sure.
делаешь, Арин?
Hello. As I understood, many some of our members they started already budgeting processes in their companies, and as they announced, as they called me and they said later on we would like to see all your presentations, and I think I told them, I suggested them that probably Asim will keep it all these presentations and even I think this presentation recorded, and we might be able to share with some members who couldn't participate on today's webinar. And
Azamat,
yes,
thank
please.
you. Yes, it is. I fully agree with you. It will be very interesting for us to have the presentation, both, by the way, in order that we can read it carefully and eventually can come back to you.
Great. Thank you. Thank you, Christoph.
As you said, we are in a budget process and we are a bit tight in time.
We can increase your income part of your budget if you will check that financial instruments which we offered one more time, where is and that's from our experience, and what we can suggest is to see that.
Yes, definitively, we'll talk about that on the side later on.
Yeah, great. Thank you, Christoph.
Okay. Azamat, sorry, I have to leave you. I am at the meeting at 12.
Sure.
I have to leave you. Thank you very much for this presentation. It's very interesting in this time with a lot of turbulence. And it's very interesting that we can see that some company can help us to manage both funds, money, and operation. So it's very interesting to also that you can share some solution for companies. Thank you very much, Azamat, and your team.
Thank you, Christoph, and thanks a lot for all members.
Yeah, I have to leave you. I have to leave you now. So talk to you later. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Thank you to all. Bye.
Сейчас, Асим, как вы скажете тогда, если нет вопросов, тогда на этом какие есть еще пожелания?
Да, в принципе, да, все. Thank you very much for this webinar and presentations. I will be happy to share your presentations with our members. So you can send your presentations to our email address. And this recording of the conference recording you can find on our website. And we also will share this conference with Begaris as he asked. Yes, that's it. Thank you very much to everybody. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks for everyone.
Bye.
Okay, bye. Have a good day. Bye.
Yeah, have a nice day. Bye.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Спасибо, Азамат. Был очень интересный, конечно, сегодняшний семинар. Вот. Но я думаю, что на следующих наших семинарах совместно с вами, я думаю, что будет больше народу. Сегодня, я так поняла, многие не смогли, потому что кто-то в командировке, все-таки уже люди выезжают, оказывается. Удачи, успехов, до связи.
Да, спасибо большое, Мунира. Да, тоже спасибо вам, всем участникам, да, и хорошего дня, хороших последних великолепных дней, теплых, как по-нашему говорят, бабьего лета, ну, индийского лета. Да, и...
Бабье лето, я что-то не видела этих паутинок летающих.
Мунира, приезжайте в Алмату.